National Security Advisor to President Trump, former General Michael Flynn. Sir, I mean, we're seeing this mass invasion, and there's no one left to help.
It's just not. I mean, the numbers are 100,000 now into Spain. We were talking earlier, and I had just recently been in Spain. I actually was in the Rock of Gibraltar area, and we were looking at, there visiting some friends of mine, and we actually drove that beach road. And so it's like, it's stunning that the pictures that we're seeing, the videos that we're seeing, and that scale of invasion, and it's the appropriate word to use, is intentional. It's well done. I mean, it's well executed. Some organization was behind it to be able to fund it. I mean, a lot of these, all these men, I don't see too many women. Most of these men are coming off there in just shorts. So, like, where are they going? Yeah. Right. And they're going to end up going into the towns and the small cities there in the southern part of Spain. And I spoke to a very good friend of mine this morning in Spain, and they're deeply, deeply worried. And they, like we were talking to them about what we saw here in the United States of America over the last four years during the Biden administration, where we had, we don't really know the number. It's like 15, 20 million. We don't know. But, that kind of scale in a country like that is similar to what Spain is experiencing today.
Well, we had border towns in Texas, as I was just talking about, that were, 20,000 population overrun with 40, 50, Eagle Pass, 50,000 migrants coming through there.
Pass. That's, all of these. I mean, they cannot, no country can sustain this type of illegal invasion because it affects everything. It affects law enforcement, health care, infrastructure. Where do these people go? The crime rates, all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, it's going to play out over the next couple of days, and Spain's going to have to make some decisions about it.
President Trump weighed in on that today. Let's take a listen to that.
I saw Spain yesterday, and I watched the catastrophe that took place. It looks like an invasion of a country by hundreds of thousands of people. And that same thing's going to happen to us if the Republicans don't get elected, except worse, much bigger, much easier to get into.
General,
he's right.
Yeah, you and I were in the military. I mean, when we had a border, we defended it with up to and including lethal force. Is anybody ever going to pick up on that from our side?
I think what we're going to end up seeing Spain have to do is Spain's going to have to grab hold of their military, because they don't have their police forces are not as sophisticated. They're good, but they're not as sophisticated.
Most aren't even armed.
Nor robust, exactly. So they're going to have to get their military involved. We are probably going to see that if we don't win this midterm, what President Trump just said is going to happen again in our country, and we just cannot afford to do that.
Yeah.
This country, our country, cannot afford to see another invasion of illegals into this country, because we just don't. All these other things that we're involved in. I know we were, talking about the various wars that we're involved in Europe and the Middle East, but we can't go through this again.
But we have, I mean, like, we're not talking about Afghanistan here. We're talking about Spain, NATO Spain, that wouldn't let us land our planes there to go bomb Iran. Yeah. They wouldn't participate. They wouldn't help us. They wouldn't do anything. And now they're saying, now they're looking to the world. They're like, you guys got to come help us. Yeah. Whoa, I don't think we should.
Yeah, well, there's going to be there's going to have to be some decisions made by the European Union. Going to have to be decisions made by NATO. Spain is they're going to go through a massive crisis here, and that crisis is going to require much greater police and military capabilities to be able to stop this thing, because where are these people going?
Yeah. Well, we've seen them crawling into people's windows last night.
And they're getting into the local towns, on the local coastal towns, and they're just ripping off the stores. Yeah. I mean, it's anarchy, and the government of Spain is going to have to deal with it.
Yeah, but I mean, at some point, like, you just admit defeat and cut that area off. I mean, that's attached to Africa, that little part of Spain.
Right. I mean, there's going to have to be, bigger political decisions that are going to have to be made about that little point there, just to the eastern side of Morocco. But that whole dynamic down there, that's, it all goes back. Actually, it goes back to World War II. Rock of Gibraltar. It goes back to the entrance to the Mediterranean. So there's so many geopolitical dynamics there. It has to be fixed.
General. Appreciate it, sir.
Appreciate it. Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Keep up the good fight.
Thank you.
He loves the Constitution. He fights for what's right. He hates the bad guys. He's a freedom warrior. He's your freedom warrior. Watch Carl Higbie every weekday on Newsmax.